Welcome to my vlog of the week. I missed vlogging last Sunday, because I was with my beloved brother cuz Frank from Hawaii. This is a picture of him when he came back from Vietnam. He's smoking a pipe. And I'm excited because he gave me one when I was in Hawaii last fall visiting. And he gave me a quick pipe smoking 101 lesson, and I'll probably be smoking off and on, don't tell my mother, when I need another way to kind of unwind. From what I understand through Frank, it's kind of a peaceful, kind of a slow, exhaling, not inhaling the smoke kind of thing, and I'm kind of looking forward to just every once in a while picking it up, reminding me of Frank, and just kind of taking it easy. It seems like an old man kind of thing. Not that Frank is an old man, but I don't know. It's bringing out the old man in me. And it was a wonderful visit, bonding time with him. He stayed with me here in my magic cottage, and he loved it. He said it was an inspiring place that made me happy, and we visited the family in the city, in the Bay, but most importantly, I realized that I know that I can count on him. He's going to be there for me. And I asked him about going to the UK in December with me to celebrate my 50th, because I didn't realize, or I forgot, that he's going to be turning 70 the same month I am. So his birthday is December, oh my gosh, 9th? I always say 9th. 4th? 5th? Don't tell him I don't know his birthday. So he's never been to the UK, so there you go. And speaking of the UK, I have my vintage UK Union Jack flag, and I'm waving it in honor of my unwavering love for the UK, and because of all the attacks recently in the UK. The last 3 months have been 3 terrorist attacks. The first one was on the Westminster Bridge in London, and the second one was 2 weeks ago in Manchester, the Ariana Grande concert. I never say her name. And last night, the terrorist attack in and around Borough Market in East London. I found out last night, Facebook of all places. No, actually I was Googling, so, but I didn't want, something in me said not to check the details. So this morning when I woke up, I like to watch Sky News Live every once in a while, but Sky News Live had the aftermath, of course. It was the afternoon for them when I turned it on for the UK. When I turned it on, and actually I watched Sky News' memorial to Manchester, and of course that kind of set me off, and then I watched currently what's going on in London, and my heart is broken for all that my beloved UK, my beloved London is going through at the moment, and London has always strike to me as a multicultural place, and this is my little political bit, just because a small faction or a few people of a certain group, a certain religious group, or a certain ethnicity should not spoil it or make people believe that everyone from that demographic, religious belief, ethnic group are all the same. So does it scare me what's going on in the UK the last 3 months? No, I'm not going to live in fear Is it going to stop me from going there in December? No, I don't I've lived as long as I have with fears, with being scared, with limiting my life experiences, and I've made it this far. I'm, as far as I know, I'm going to be making it to 50. I'm going to celebrate with my loved ones. I'm going to honor my journey this far, this lifetime, in a place that I love, that I still want to experience. I'm going to live there one day. I'm going to live in the UK, or maybe Ireland or Scotland, Liverpool, Oxford, all those places that I'm going to be visiting with my loved ones in December, and eventually living in London for the rest of this life. Am I scared of possible terrorist attacks when I'm there? I'm going to be living my life be living my life big while I'm there. So I'm not going to limit myself or scare myself from what's happening right now. As far as I know, Londoners are rising above. Those in Manchester, it was a moving tribute. If you watch Sky News, just watch it. You go to YouTube, search Sky News Live, and find the Manchester tribute. Manchester is rising above this as well. I love the UK and I love London. And when I see this picture, it's my first me in the red dress. Well, everyone's blurred around me. My very first art show in London. I've been to London before when I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, 7th grade. This was my second trip to London, and I fell deeply in love with it. So this is me happy there, and it's going to be me in December. And as I mentioned that I have fallen off living 49. Actually, let's go back. Today, speaking of the UK, is the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper. And I haven't played it yet today. I'll play it when I'm editing pictures and posting this video. This is actually a album, a vinyl. It's not from the 60s, but it is vintage because I got it from it's from a boxed set that my parents got me from Price Club of all the Beatles records, and I love it. I try and keep my vinyl in good condition. The box is kind of, old looking, but look at this. So I'm going to be playing it today, and I have to say that the Beatles, when I was in high school, started my love for the UK. So there you go. 50th anniversary. It's turning as old as I am. So back to my Living 49 project. Because I was with my brother cuz Frank, and I'm not sure if it's because May going into June. Can you believe it's June already? Kind of fell off of doing my everyday bits for my Living 49 project. Always take, always take still digital pictures, but I fell off taking digital video and writing my journal and blogging, making art, visual journaling. It was hit or miss the last week or so. Felt bad, but I'm making a commitment to you guys right now until I turn 50, December 11th. I am not going to fall off the wagon, so to speak, again. And I've also started taking film pictures. I got a good deal on Amazon with Instax film, so that's kind of cool. So we're taking I mean, it's not a big Polaroid. I'll get up and get you one, but show you guys one. But it's about this small. It's weird looking at, actually, be right back. I can talk. It's weird looking at this little viewfinder and centering it. So some of my pictures, I mean, this is a little centered, are kind of not centered, but I love how this looks. It's really cool. And I have an old school kind of library stamp, so I just stamp the date. So now I'm making a promise to you guys too that I'm always going to do a film pick every day with all the other stuff. So I guess the lesson is that part of the journey of living 49 is falling off the wagon or not following through on things. So I have to embrace that. And this week, actually, because if you guys have been following, that Sundays are my Sunday vlogs were going to be about things spiritual. So this is my spiritual bit. Yesterday actually was today. I went to Mass yesterday. Is a Pentecost Sunday in Catholicism, and I was able to go to my parents' church, or the Jesuit church that my parents go to. And as far as I know, this whole year that I've been going to their church, the Jesuit priests have these very lyrical sermons, and Father, gosh, I just forgot his name, Metcalf? I can't remember, but he's been in Nepal for 3 years. I believe he's from Sacramento. Very, very dynamic, walks down the middle of the aisle, taught us how to say Alleluia in sign language. He was signing, actually, Holly, I thought my friend Holly, signing through parts of the Mass, and which was kind of cool. He was telling us when, I guess in Nepal, there's only 7,000 Catholics as opposed to, what, a million Buddhists, and I think that's kind of cool, Catholicism and Buddhism meaning. But instead of shaking people's hands when you do, when you offer peace to everyone, they do namaste. And I thought, wow, that's just so cool. So from now on, when I'm in church, Catholic church anyway, I'm gonna do namaste. But his sermon that he walked down the middle of the aisle with his little earpiece in his ear was about Pentecost. And basically that is the start of the Catholic Church. So happy birthday, Catholic Church. He made us say happy birthday to the Catholic Church as well. What his sermon and what I was reading in the Missalette too about the Pentecost was about newness and harmony and mission. And how I just alluded to a bit ago about falling off my Living 49 project, and I might speak about that in my motivation blog tomorrow. I need to get back on that too. Motivation Mondays, Inspiration Wednesdays, and Spiritual Fridays on my blog. I feel yesterday and this week, and coming off my visit with my cousin Frank, a newness and Pentecost. The sermon yesterday fit into that. But when I was reading more about the Pentecost in the Missalette, how do we ask God for the Pentecostal spiritual gifts? What gifts are we going to ask? And what hit me, and I had to take out my phone to write notes, and I'm sure people were looking at me. The spiritual gifts that I want to take away from this Pentecostal season is refreshment, healing, strength, guidance, and joy. And that's all what I've been trying to to learn and grasp this season, the Lenten season going into Pentecost. And my last year of my 40s, just all that kind of hit me like a lightning bolt in the middle of my head. And I'm realizing that if I pay attention to all the signs that the universe, God, spiritual guides, what have you, whatever you want to call them, if I'm more open to that, I mean, I've been stuck before seeing Frank, maybe a little bit after seeing Frank. I'm not sure what kind of rattled my cage, so to speak, but I'm back there again. And a little bit of it had to do with, or a lot had to do with, I had a reading a couple days after Frank left, the 31st. That seemed the right day for me to do it, the last day of May going into June. Still spring, not quite summer, but I always think of June as summer. Had another reading, a spiritual reading with my awesome friend Aubrey. It was threefold. It was like a general reading, and then put it out there, past life reading, because I believe in past lives and karma, and cleansing of my chakras. And so it was, again, amazing things, questions that I had in my mind going into the second reading. A little bit of the same, but a little bit more specific in terms of me moving forward with finding more stable, more stability financially, and going to the UK in December, and just kind of going forward with all my creative endeavors. And basically, the one important thing that I took away from that first part of the reading was the idea of manifesting. So I started manifesting today. Of course, a journal. I have a million journals, as a million canvases, so that's no problem finding something to write in. But I started today, and basically I did a manifestation letter for finding the stable work, I should say, and the other manifestation letter was